The US has our first professional women's rugby league, and this is a huge deal, but not for the reasons that you might think. But first about the league. This is the Women's Elite Rugby League. There's 6 teams. You have teams from the Bay Area, Denver, Twin Cities, Chicago, New York, and Boston. This league is rugby's 15. What we saw in the Olympics was rugby 7s. What Alona Mar is doing now in England with the Bristol Bears, that's rugby's 15. Athletes are paid. We love to see it, to get a monthly stipend while in season. I have not been able to figure out what that monthly stipend is, but we're happy to hear that they're paid. So why I think this is actually such a huge deal. I heard Sammy Sullivan on a podcast recently. She was on the rugby 7s team that won bronze in the Olympics. She was asked a question that wouldn't have necessarily been an interesting question. It's like, what is the age of the players? But her answer is super interesting because she said, well, it depends on the team. You look at New Zealand and Australia, where girls are playing from the time that they can walk. Their players are ready earlier. She said their Olympic team was probably 18 to 22-year-olds, where the US doesn't have a good system. So most Olympic athletes are introduced to rugby in college. And she estimated that the age of U.S. rugby women are like 25 to 32. It's not really the age that matters or is interesting to me. The interesting part is that there is a system that is developed earlier on in other countries that allows their national team to be so good at such a young age. So when I see a league like this coming to the U.S., to me it means that there's going to be more possibilities for women to play rugby professionally, which means more women and more girls are going to get interested in rugby earlier, and these systems are getting set up that is going to feed a really crazy good national team. And the US is hosting the Rugby World Cup in 2033, which I know seems like it's forever away, but it's really not. It's not that I think that this league is set up as a feeder system to the national team, but I think that having something like this available in the US is going to set the US national team up to dominate in the years to come.